Welcome everyone to Divinity 2, especially those of you on YouTube or Twitch who are watching this later on. I've got chat here with me. We started this game on Wednesday evening because this game won the vote to be the stream of the evening by a single percent, with hundreds of, I think 140 people voted, and Divinity 2 just barely managed to eke it out. So congratulations to Divinity 2 on that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this party started. So we are playing as Gor-rok, who does need to be a lizard, and we're going to completely customize him. So for skin, obviously we need the whitest skin possible. Desert sand, turquoise, wine, cobalt, still water, vigor, hermitite. Alright, so I think we have to go with... Can I get, like... Oh, here we go. That's pretty white. The only other option was still water. I don't know, that's kind of a tough one, chat. What do you think? I think still water is whiter. Still water. Still water. Desert. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're going with still water. Alright, and then for a face, we need the closest thing we can get to Krokgar, which is ferocious and angry. And that's pretty ferocious and angry. Okay, so we either got option 1 or option 5. Option 1. I'm thinking option 5. Yeah, I'm thinking 5 actually. He's kind of got that armor-plated chin. Gor-rok's just pure white. Like I don't think he has. Oh, sorry, 6. Option 6 or option 1. I think 6 is the best option. Shut up, Chad. Leave me alone. All right. So hairstyle. Krokgar, of course, has kind of that flat head. He doesn't really have any horns or anything, so it might be hard to find a suitable hairstyle. That we could potentially pull off, but let's look at the other options we have. Definitely not. We'd probably use this if we had done 10 and 1. Or that. Okay, so we need the least. We need the one that just gives us the best impression of a flat head, which might be this one. So, what do you think, chat? Option 1 or option 2? The lizards in this game are a little more frilly than the lizardmen in Warhammer Fantasy. Option 1, option 2. Option 1, option 2. I feel like the eye doctor. 2. Seeing a lot of 2s. Graham, we can change his hair to be white as well. Smoke topaz, fire opal, almandine, rose, tanzanite, corundum, amethyst, cobalt, lapis, sapphire, still water again. So we've got still water. There's kind of a lighter, the smoke topaz. I'm thinking. Yeah, Stillwater looks good. For pure white. I'm Gor-rok here. Oh, sorry. Am I saying Krokgar? Sorry. Gor-rok. Thanks for the donation, Bounix. Okay, sorry. Yes, we're playing Gor-rok. What says up here? I might get back and forth. Alright, facial features. Gor-rok does have a very noticeable scar on his face. Oh, I can't get it. Dang. Okay, we have to have a voice.
I'll yield to none!
Nope.
Try again.
Likely.
Glory is mine!
Pretty British.
Almost got me that time.
Try again. Glory is mine. I'll yield to none.
I'll yield to none.
Better luck next time.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
I'm ready.
Meet your maker.
Prepare yourself. Glory is mine.
I'm thinking either warrior or adventurer, chat. Any thoughts? Warrior or adventurer? This is adventurer.
Try again.
This is warrior.
Greet the Reaper for me.
Adventurer.
Glory is mine.
Warrior.
Try again.
Warrior? Okay. Alright, so we got Warrior. So, preset. We're going to completely edit all of this down to 0. That way we can just start off with no preconceived notions. Oop, where's that two-handed? It's sneaking from me. There it is. Okay, so we got a completely wiped slate. Pretty British. Well, I think the British might be unavoidable. Alright. So, oh, thank you, Apollo. I'm humbled by your 6 bits, but hey, at least someone's finally competing with Val's 300 bits. How many teammates am I gonna have, Loremaster? Well, so here's the thing about Gor-rok. Gor-rok is an independent beast. So, you know, if we'd run Kroq-Gar is more of like a general leader, and like Chak-Ox is a guardian, so both of them would have large teams. So I think with Gor-rok, we're gonna take Lone Wolf, and we're just gonna try and beast through as much of the game by ourselves as possible. We'll probably pick up one person for like magic defense and stuff, someone that Gor-rok would tolerate, you know, keeping him pieced together. So for Gor-rok, we need to be very tough and we need to be very strong, but our strength and just kind of a mix of there. So we're gonna do 2 points in strength and 1 point in constitution to start, because Gor-rok, he's pretty... I actually think it might be better to do... No, we're going to do 2 points in Constitution. He's more of a walking tank than just pure damage. So we're going to start with a slight advantage in Constitution. Then for abilities, we definitely need single-handed, because we're going to go sword and board. All the way sword and board. Just like... Well, hopefully mason board. If we get what we really want. And we're getting a lot of donations today, guys. Thank you so much. We getting all sorts of bits and stuff. Messages from Ben. These messages. Oh man, that's funny. All right, we definitely have to get warfare to make us danger in physical combat, and those are both of our points. So single-handed and warfare. Gor-rok, as you all probably saw in the thing, is that Gor-rok is not going to be allowed to take any magic. Gor-rok is the least intelligent and the least magically inclined between Kroq-Gar and Chak-Ox. Chak-Ox would have had more buff and debuff armies or spells, and Kroq-Gar we would have shot laser beams. But we are going to focus purely on raw physical carnage. As for civil abilities, for how civil we're going to be, what do you think, chat? Lucky Charm would probably be the least intrusive. Persuasion could be good, because I think Persuasion also helps with intimidation, which Gor-rok would be very intimidating. Bartering, I don't see Gor-rok being the best when it comes to something that takes a lot of intelligence like bartering. Thievery and sneaking definitely don't fit him. Loremaster could fit him, just because he's ancient and has been a part of the world, and, you know, the Slaawn sent him to this world, so he might understand things. So I think it's got to be between Loremaster, Persuasion, and Lucky Charm. Any thoughts, chat? Could I do a possible armies series? What do you mean, Bungie? One in Loremaster? I see some Loremaster. Bartering is only intimidation, but with money. That's really funny, Apollo. I like that. Okay, I'm only seeing a vote for Loremaster so far. So do we want to go with Loremaster? And I am the Loremaster, so this could be me influencing him in this world. Okay, I'm seeing more and more for Loremaster. Okay, if I don't see a lot of votes for anything else, I'm just gonna click this confirm button. Oh yeah, Bungie, we're definitely gonna do stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. Okay, see another point. Yeah, I'm seeing 1 point for everything. So I think Loremaster's gonna win it out on this one. Alright, and then skills. Alright, so we're definitely gonna have a shield, so we gotta get bouncing shield. Battering ram, battle stomp, and crippling blow. Well, let's get battle stomp, and let's get battering ram. This looks pretty solid. But if you are going to have one ally, you're going to pick up the Red Duke. We might pick up the Red Prince. We'll talk about it, chat. All right. Does this look good to everyone? Speak your piece now or forever hold it, because once we've locked this in, we're in. Y'all take a good look at this and discuss among yourselves, chat, while I take a look at a couple other little things. Alright, we start off with Sophisticated, which is great. That gives us resistances. We have Persuasion. And then we have to get Lone Wolf. So that's a no-brainer. Foul, I don't think it influences your starting equipment, does it? My origins. Well, obviously we were a soldier. Can I choose any more? Oh, I can choose 2. Okay, so we were a soldier. Let's see what the rest of these say. They call you a savage, an animal. Oh, that seems very likely. Quick with quip and swift to song? Nah. Mystic? Nah. Noble? Definitely not. Outlaw? Never. We follow the law. We follow the great plan. Intelligent and curious. And we like bloodshed. So yeah, we're definitely going to go soldier barbarian. Oh, it does. Okay, so let's go to preset, and we're going to change. We might have to redo this, but that's fine. We're going to go to the one that starts with a shield. Fighter. There we go. That's right. Here, we'll fix this real quick. Alright, chat. Got Geomancer, put it into single-handed. Warfare, and then we're going to take out Bartering and put it into Loremaster. Go. And then for skills, we're going to take Battering Ram. There we go. I like seeing him without his armor, quite frankly. Look at that bod. Alright, so we're a male lizardman who's a barbarian and a soldier. And for our instrument, we have to go with the deepest one possible. Oh, I don't know, this one kind of sounds lizardman-y. Definitely not. Should we go with the deep cello? Should we go with the more South American oud? That's a toughie, chat. Because whenever we do epic stuff, we get like a little theme that plays. Of course, there's always the Missouri. I think that's a little too soft for him. I think that would have been a good one for like Chalk Ox. Okay, oud. Yep, I agree with you guys. Oud seems good. All right, we are all set, boys and girls. You ready for this? We begin. Enjoy the cutscene.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken, but instead I became part of their story.
Alright, so welcome to Divinity. Little do they realize that I've actually appeared out of a rift in space and landed, but we were captured due to being dazed. We're a slave among this ship. We have arrived.
So, it wasn't a dream after all.
Alright everyone, welcome to Divinity Original Sin. It is a very fun game, and we're hopefully going to have a good time playing. Alright. As for when it comes to diplomacy options, we're probably going to tend to be someone who favors upholding the natural order of the world. We're probably not going to care too much for human authority. And we're probably going to be fairly blunt, but not unkind. But surely the Slawn have tasked us here to deal with demons, and if we find any source of undead or demons or other unnatural things, we will not hesitate to beat them down. Val, you've made your point. Shush.
Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. Fair. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Well, lizardmen don't have wooden ships, so this seems like an appropriate response.
Are you seriously? This is a ship. It floats on water. It is a vessel that allows us to travel the sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Which, in this game, we're going to, in Gor-rok's opinion, the Source spells will obviously be, like, the Slawn, or the old ones, powering him through little secret artifacts.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it, see? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
You are not a nice lady.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Murder.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers
No, I should be reading out what I'm typing.
Whoever
I
did
think
this
that's
found a way around
part
their
of the
collar
course.
and killed a man. Small ones this time. Thank the gods. We'll find out who did it.
A young Magister stands...
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in here. Murder does not fit within the Great Plan, unless, of course, this person was violating the Great
Ugly
Plan.
sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Let's see. Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Yeah, I don't think Gor-rok's too happy about being chained.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source.
If a lizardman washed up on the shore of Altdorf, what would happen? They would almost assuredly kill it. And then want to study it. Very curious cat.
We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room
Must
when
be
the
new to the
murder
neighborhood.
happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
I thought Chloe was gonna bring.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Let's see. I don't hail from the House of Dreams. When I sleep, I truly sleep. I'm not a wizard.
Figured as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers.
All right, see, Val.
Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Let's see. I'll keep an ear out for murder.
Thanks.
Especially of a filthy wizard. Humans should not be wielding the powers of chaos.
In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Unless, of course, the old ones. We're going to have to decide how we view Source, if it's natural or unnatural. Because that's going to make a big part of whether or not we consider it something we ally with or not.
Please, no, sir. That's enough now.
Alright, so let's do some looting. A bucket. It's a helmet. But we're going to disable helms because Gor-rok does not wear a helmet.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Not so, Apollo. Remember, the Slann were the ones who taught magic to the elves. So, magic's okay, and they also played a part in raising the other races. So it's okay for other races to use magic. What's not okay is for them to use chaos-corrupted magic. So there might be certain kinds of magic we're okay with, but other kinds of magic we're not okay with. Well, I think we're going to side with Source as being natural to the world, so therefore it would be okayed by the Great Plan. Especially with the way I think the story goes, I think we're going to end up siding on Source, but we'll see.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
What are you doing
Rolling
here?
dice, deciding fates.
Frown. Whose fate is she deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Let's see. Decide it's probably best to take my leave. If she can divide fates with dice, ask if she can read the future in cow entrails as well. I know nothing of
She eyes you
magic.
quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
No, thank you.
She chuckles once more.
That red-cheeked refusal tells me more than licking you would. But suit yourself, darling.
I don't want to be in anybody's mouth. Thank you.
Maybe.
Not yet, anyway.
More concerned than your appetite.
What's going on here?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
For some reason, your instinct cries out to salute Ifan, but you hold yourself back. Sure.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Yes, it
Hocking a
does.
phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Why does the Magister
We used to
suspect you
know
of
each
murder?
other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Apollo, I'd say it's closer to Pillars of Eternity than it is to Diablo.
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Let's see. Ask Ifan what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Still curious about the murder. Did you do it?
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Do you know anything about where we're headed? Fort Joy?
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself.
Not interested in meeting him. All I care about is surviving. See, we don't know anything about the Bloody Divine Order, because we're new to this world in a sense. Plus, I'm assuming most of you that are watching don't know much about the Divinity lore, so we're going to be playing it kind of from that perspective. Let's say we have no interest in meeting him.
Not interested in the son of the Divine himself? I don't blame you one bit. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, Lizard, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. B is me.
Name?
I've tried disabling that, and I still don't understand why it's going off. I'll tell you my name. I'm not afraid of you.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Alright, this door is locked.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
There's a greasy key back here.
That's right.
Does this unlock the door? It does! Alright, so there's food back here, which we will take. Cooking pot, journal,
Well,
pocket knife,
you've got this wolf on a leash
potato,
now.
Soon as the
mashed
Inquisitor comes
potatoes,
here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship.
poison bottle. Don't think we're gonna be much of a poison user, but I bet you we can sell it. Food. Good. Potion. Awesome. Restoration scroll. Pre-packaged magic sent directly from the salon to you. I don't need a washing tub. Alright.
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying here anyway?
Bedrolls, we'll take more of.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Let's see.
Please, please, please.
A dog.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
Alright, let's see.
Ah, there you are. Husband, would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly, deathly allergical.
Who's that? I'm not a wise man.
The young woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers herself and nods pointedly at the excited children.
Who indeed? Why, my name is, Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb.
The children break out into giggles.
I say, it is.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
It's a human.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
They're allowed within the Great Plan. Let's see. We're okay making friendlies with the humans. They are part of the Great Plan.
You presume right.
You know anything about the murder that happened on board?
Nope. Trying not to find
Can I
anything out
explain
either.
elven
Ignorance is
mortality?
bliss. The utterer, the better.
So, yeah, nah, I don't really trust a foreigner at my back.
Her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Hmm?